My dreams are nightmares. How can I sleep? You got the gun against me.
What's going on, everybody? King of Dragons 5000 here, coming at you with another figure review. Today we'll be having a look at the Mattel WWE Basic Series 98 Ruby Riott. And so here we have Ruby Riott posing out of the packaging. Because Ruby Riott is a basic figure, she doesn't have any accessories, so let's actually move on to her details. And so here we have a closer look at Ruby Riott, and I have to say that there's things I like about the face sculpt and things I don't. I think the main problem I have with this particular head sculpt is the fact that her jawline is a little bit too wide. Ruby Riott's jawline kind of blends in with her neck, so it looks like her head is like the same width of her as her neck. This figure has her jawline poking out just a little bit, and it's a little bit thick just along the jawline. If it was a little bit thinner, I think it would look a lot better. When you look at it from the sides, it does look like Ruby Riott. However, on mine, they did kind of mess up the face printing technology. Her eyes seem a little bit low, and it honestly does look like they double printed her eyes. I want to say that her eyes should be up a little bit higher, but I don't know, there's something about the eyes that throw this figure off, and this was probably the best one that I saw. Some of them actually did have one eye very low, so Ruby Riott's figure did not get any love, unfortunately. I do like the fact that her hair is soft plastic. Now, something they could have done is the same thing they did with Shinsuke Nakamura and use the, what's it called, the print tech for the hair too, because that seems a little bit off. It doesn't look right at all. But overall, for a head sculpt, I would give this passable. It's not great, but it'll do. As far as her attire goes, it is really accurate to what Ruby wears. I do like the top. It has some black and some red. And then you can see her tattoos poking through, which they did a really great job on her tattoos. They are just in grayscale, so unfortunately there's no color to them. But you can see how much detail went into her tattoos. You can see all the intricate detailing right here, all throughout her arm. Just really good detailing on her tattoos, especially right here on her side. On this arm we do have a better look at her tattoo. She does have wrist tape on her left hand. Would have liked to see some actual sculpt for her belt. It's just red polka dots, and that's about as good as it gets. And you can see it missed the mark on a few spots, especially right here. Let's see, what does the other side look like? It's not as bad as the other side, but it is something to be aware of. You can see it does say Riott on her right leg, and then we do have a little bit of detailing going all around it, so that's really nice little touch. Her left leg does have her skin bare, as you can see. More tattoos here. They did miss the mark on some of the tattoos. You can see they are poking through her short, I don't really want to call them shorts because it's only on one leg, but her tights right here, you can see it goes up. Really like that tattoo right there. And then we have a legging with a knee pad right here. And then Ruby Riott is wearing kick pads. So overall, I would say this is a pretty good stand-in figure until we get an elite version with hopefully a better head sculpt and better face print. Because on mine, it looks bad, honestly. It's not the best work. So with that out of the way, guys, let's get it compared to other figures you may have in your collection. Here we have Ruby Riott posed next to a basic Jeff Hardy and an elite AJ Styles. And finally, here we have Ruby Riott posed next to an elite Carmella and an NXT TakeOver Eva Marie. So with the comparisons out of the way, let's actually move on to Ruby's articulation. Now, she does have a ball joint in the head, which does look up slightly. She can look down, although it is going to jet her head off to the right side only because the hair on the left side is thicker than her hair on the right, so do be aware of that. We do get some nice pivot out of it, despite the fact she has long hair. Does rotate left and right. Again, it's easier rotating to the right because of how little hair she has here. On this side, we have more hair to deal with, so it does hinder some articulation. She does have a ball joint in the shoulder, which goes all the way around. We can hinge it outwards. No bicep swivel, but we do get a single bend in the elbow, giving us close to 90 degrees, and then we have rotation at that elbow, although the rotation is at an angle just because of how they sculpted that. Rotation at the wrist, no issue there. No articulation in the abdomen, unfortunately, but we do have waist swivel. Legs do kick forward to about there, go back and out decently. No thigh swivel, we only have a single bend in the knee. We have rotation at the boot, and that's it. Nothing in the ankle because this is a basic figure. So overall articulation is what we've come to expect from basic female figures. So with that out of the way, guys, let's actually move on to my final thoughts. And so here we have Ruby Riott pose for my final thoughts, and overall I think this is an okay figure. I do feel like they could have done a little bit better on her head sculpt. If her head was just a little bit thinner at the jawline, it would look so much better. As well as the face printing technology, if it was lined up properly, especially in the eyes, I think the head sculpt would look so much better. Unfortunately, this seems to be a problem with all the Ruby Riott figures, as all of them seem to have some kind of defect with the face printing technology, at least from what I've seen. And I went to several different Walmarts and Targets, and all of them did have some mess up faces. So hopefully your luck is better than mine, because that's pretty much unacceptable at this point. I do feel like they could have done more with this figure, but for $10 I think it's adequate for what you want it for. Until we get an Elite Ruby Riott, this is a pretty good stand-in for Ruby Riott, and if you are trying to complete the Riott squad, you do need the leader. With that being said, guys, I'm King of Dragons 5000. Don't forget to like this video, leave a comment, subscribe to my channel, go check out all my other action figure reviews as well as all my other WWE videos. Hopefully you find them informative. As always, if there's a figure you would like to see me review, let me know down in the comments, and if it fits in my collection, I'll definitely have a look at it. While you're at it, check out my Instagram account for new and exciting action figure photos, and as always, ring that bell to be notified every time I upload a video. Until next time, guys, I'll see you later. Take care, everyone.